Hi, AJ Cataldo, July 23rd in Cambodia. I'm going to call this episode Filipina ATM. I think you'll like it. This is a nice little case study of a sugar mama, just to show you what is possible in Southeast Asia, not just the Philippines. This is the story of my Filipina girlfriend's younger sister. I'm no longer with that Filipina. I'm in Cambodia. I have a very wonderful Cambodian lady. I'm very happy, but I'm going to tell you the story. At the age of 25, she married a man from Great Britain. He had a good job. He was about to retire. He was going to get a pension. He was 60, she was 25. That's a big age gap, 35 years. But they had a good relationship and they had two children. So the children are half Philippines, half uh, what, Europe, Great Britain. And both of them are in their early 20s. She had a house that they had constructed. It's a very nice house, big open floor plan, wonderful big kitchen, 3 bedroom, 2 bath. The boy and girl, again, early 20s. The girl had a Filipino boyfriend. She was going to Silliman University in Dumaguete because dad set up college funds for the kids, and that's what Western men do. Filipino families are short-term thinkers. They don't really do that. Western, American, European, Great Britain, Australia, the kid's born and they're probably setting up some type of college fund a little bit every month for 20 years, 18 years. So she has a boyfriend. She's at Silliman University studying literature. Her English was excellent. The boy, he had a girlfriend and they were going to get married. So his mother, my Filipina girlfriend's younger sister, his mother said, why don't you use your college fund for your girlfriend and you work for a while and then you go to school? And that's what he was doing. And he was a call center manager for 18,000 pesos a month, which was not enough to pay my rent when I was in the Dumaguete area. But that's how salaries work there. Of course, I lived better than most Filipinos. So she married a man when she was 25. They had 2 children, good family, good job, set up college funds. He left her with a pension. The house is paid off. It's about a $6 million peso house. She was going to sell it. Both kids have overnight guests with their long-term boyfriend and girlfriend. Good kids. Um, Now, she was dating a man who's my age, and he smoked and he drank a lot, and he had minimum Social Security, which is about $800 a month, but he had a lot of Bitcoin, and I think he sold for 100 grand when it topped out before it crashed. But this is before that happened. She was chasing him like crazy. And I would ask, why is she chasing him? And I'll tell you why I'd ask the question in a minute. And my Filipina said, well, her husband was sick for a very, very long time. So he died in his 80s. He was probably bedridden, and she probably wasn't getting him sex. And so she found a man who's 68, my age, drank, smoked, and we're in the car, and she's driving. And I said, why are you with this guy? Because he was saying things that he was still online. He was still dating. And he said, he told her, I want a 30-year-old virgin with no family. And he would say that over and over again. Excuse me. He was living in a $150 a month dumpy place near the beach. And with about 800 a month Social Security, you're doing okay. You can get by. But that's all he was doing. He was getting by. So she was chasing him like crazy. I asked her, why are you with him? And she said, I love him. And she complained. She said, I let him smoke, I let him drink, and he's wrinkled. And he was a very fair complexion. This guy was wrinkled. This guy cornered the market on wrinkles. In fact, I think his nickname should be Wrinkles. But it is my assumption, based on the conversations, she took a very secure route at the age of 25. Did she have a good, loving relationship with her 60-year-old husband when she was 25? I think they did. Now, he had problems. He would not eat any Filipino food. It had to be Western food, steak and potatoes. But they had a live-in maid for $100 a month plus room and board. And I think they had a good relationship. These relationships are possible. So what was she doing? She was still going after safety and security. She didn't really need the money. She sold a house and she was having a new house built to his specifications. He wanted to be near the beach. She bought a large piece of land near the beach, expensive. He wanted a house on the beach, 3 bedroom, 3 bath. She helped construct the first home that she sold for 6 million pesos. And she knew what she was doing. She went out and she purchased the material and she went out and she oversaw the construction. And I asked her during the same conversation when she got angry and she said, I let him smoke, I let him drink, and he's wrinkled. It was funny when she said that. Really, I'm 68. I don't look too bad. This guy was wrinkled. And I asked her, is he paying for anything? And she said, no, I pay for everything. These deals are available. And I'll give you another example. So anyway, I don't know how they're doing. She sent a video on Facebook Messenger or whatever, Facebook. And he did propose to her finally. And I hope they're doing well, but I don't know what kind of relationship you can have with a guy who wants a 33-year-old virgin with no family. It's a 3 bedroom, 3 bath. So clearly her kids, her daughter and her son, very good kids, very confident, excellent English. They're going to do well. They were raised properly. They're going to have a great life, in my opinion. We'll see how that works out. I'm not really in touch with them anymore because I'm no longer in touch with the older sister, my Filipina. I'm here in Cambodia, and my Cambodian lady doesn't really want me having any contact with her. There's a little bit of jealousy that's not warranted. I'm very happy with her. Anyway, this is not impossible. I did meet some other people. I met a man from Canada. His Canadian retirement is $1,000 to $1,200 a month. He's on some kind of dating website, and there are women who now he's 6'5" and he's fair complected, and they really like that in South Asia. They want tall men with fair complexion. I have a dark complexion, but I still do. They'll tolerate it. You know, I'm about 5'11" and a half. This guy's 6'5". He's missing teeth. You know, he's got all these teeth missing. Doesn't matter. They want him. There are women who their husband died, and maybe they just want the security and they want a Western man. They don't want a Filipino. I have heard Filipinas complain that Filipino men are no good, that they cheat on them and they're lazy. And that's not all of them, of course. That's a generalization, but it is their own perception of their culture. This guy had women contacting him from Thailand and Vietnam. He had 35. He's my age. Actually, he's a little younger, maybe 63. I'm 68. And 35-year-old women would come and hang out with him. And they had their own money. They didn't pay for him. But some of the women were contacting him. They wanted to support him. This does happen. And there are some YouTubers with some occasional stories where those situations occur. It's usually one Filipina said, she had her boyfriend, just a boyfriend, not married. And they were together and they looked both happy and we were talking and she said, he's my third one. So what she did is she married a man who was much older. She accumulated his wealth upon his death. She did it again, accumulated his wealth upon his death. Now, I think these were very loyal women. These were probably good marriages. But they're looking for that economic security. And I think they were probably good relationships. So it is possible to find that. Now, if you're collecting $800 a month Social Security, I'm not going to tell you to come over here and look for a deal like that. I merely want you to be aware of the fact that you can find a sugar mama. Yeah, the vast majority are going to be gold diggers in Philippines now because there's been too many years of too much money from too much foreigners floating around, been decades. Excuse me. They know the game. But you can also find the reverse. You can find a sugar mama who wants a Western man. Please subscribe, please like, please make comments. Have a wonderful